Today, we're diving into something huge that's happening just under the surface of our digital lives. We're talking about how artificial intelligence is, well, literally giving the cloud a brain. It's a quiet revolution, but it's changing everything.
And this quote right here, it absolutely nails it. For the longest time, we've just thought of the cloud as a utility, right? A place you go to rent some server space. But that idea is completely outdated now. It's transforming from this passive thing into an active, thinking partner.
So you might be wondering, how in the world is this happening? Well, the secret ingredient, the real catalyst here, is AI. Artificial intelligence is what's taking all that static infrastructure and turning it into this dynamic, self-improving environment.
Okay, so let's get into the first big piece of this puzzle, autonomous operations. Honestly, the best way to think about this is that the cloud is developing its own central nervous system, a system that can feel what's happening, react instantly, and even heal itself, all without a human lifting a finger.
This slide really lays it all out. It's like night and day. Remember the old way? Some poor engineer had to basically guess when a traffic spike was coming and frantically add more servers. It was all reactive, a lot of guesswork. Now, with AI, the whole game has changed. It's automated, it's predictive, and it's all driven by cold, hard data. The guesswork is just gone.
And the magic behind this? It's something called predictive algorithms. These are AI models that are just constantly churning through your history, looking at traffic from last week, last month, even last year, to make these incredibly accurate predictions about the future. And here's the kicker. They can add resources before your website ever slows down. Your users never even notice a hiccup.
Let's break that down. It's actually a pretty simple but super powerful three-step loop that just runs 24/7. First, the AI analyzes all those historical patterns. Next, it uses that info to forecast what's coming. And finally, boom, it automatically allocates the exact right amount of resources to handle it. It's just this continuous cycle of getting smarter and smarter.
And you know, this isn't just about servers. We're talking about the whole shebang. These machine learning models are constantly fine-tuning everything. Your storage, your databases, your load balancers, and maybe most importantly, they're always keeping an eye on how much you're spending. Okay, so we've covered the how. It's predictive, it's automatic, it's incredibly smart. But that brings us to the real question, the one that actually matters. So what? What does all this autonomy really mean for a business's bottom line?
So what's the payoff? Well, it all boils down to building a smarter and, crucially, a safer infrastructure. And this isn't just some abstract tech upgrade. It has a direct, real-world impact by saving a ton of money and making everything way more reliable.
First up, let's talk cash. This has given rise to something called AI-driven FinOps. Now, FinOps just stands for financial operations, but really, it's just about using AI to act like a super accountant for your cloud bill. It's constantly on the hunt for waste, like servers you're paying for but not actually using, and it suggests smarter ways to configure things.
And listen, we are not talking about saving a few bucks here and there. By automatically getting rid of all that waste, we are looking at some major cost efficiency. It's not crazy for big companies to see savings in the hundreds of thousands, sometimes even millions of dollars, every single year.
But saving money, as great as it is only half the story. The AI also acts like this tireless 24/7 digital watchdog. It never goes to sleep, it never takes a coffee break, it is always on the lookout for trouble.
And this timeline just illustrates the difference perfectly. The old way, you only knew you had a problem when things started to slow down, or worse, when the whole thing went down, an outage. But with AI, it spots some tiny, weird signal, an anomaly, and fixes the issue long before a single customer is affected. It's the difference between preventing a fire and trying to rebuild the house after it burnt down.
So when you put all of these pieces together, the autonomous operations, the incredible cost savings, that proactive security, you start to see the bigger picture. The future of the cloud is intelligent. We're really entering a brand new digital ecosystem.
So, to just sum it all up, this intelligent cloud really delivers on 3 core promises. 1, autonomous scaling so your systems just work. 2, higher reliability so they actually stay online. And 3, major cost efficiency so you stop burning cash. That is a seriously powerful combo. What this all boils down to is a simple but really profound equation. AI plus the cloud isn't just some small upgrade. It equals the future. The future of how all software is going to be built and managed from here on out. And hey, this isn't some far-off prediction.
This combination is already reshaping how companies, from the tiniest startups to the biggest global players, are building and managing their digital infrastructure right now, today.
And that kind of leaves us with one final fascinating thought to chew on. We've talked about a self-optimizing cloud, but as our entire digital world becomes more and more autonomous, more intelligent, you have to wonder what's next. Pretty exciting stuff to think about. Thanks for joining me.